started to feel as though you don't want to feel anything on your skin and you are not moisturizing. Hold on, I'll get it.
Avon calling.
She's just like camera, two people on the bed.
Okay, so ready?
Okay,
so
we on?
where was I?
Okay.
And so I'm not interested.
Really? Hello? I was just like, alrighty. This is the way of going.
Alright.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. And I always say I'm going to find something new to say at the beginning of the video, and I never do, so I don't know why I bother. You join us in LA, in my hotel room, with the divine Mr. Josh Rosebrook.
Hi everyone.
So basically, all I did was, I was coming to LA and I was like, I'm just going to call all my friends and say, let's do filming, let's do a video. And then let's go for dinner, which we did last night. And they all said yes. How lucky am I? Oh.
It was so fun.
Oh, it was good fun.
Such a blast.
Yeah, but nice, healthy fun.
Yeah.
No, like, I said when we were leaving, I don't think, and I'll drop a picture in of us all, I don't think that would have been possible with many other groups of brands. There's a certain demographic of people who make a certain demographic of product,
Absolutely.
if that makes sense,
yeah.
who are open and sort of loving to other people in the same industry. There was not one corporate face or speak at that table.
Right, yeah, absolutely. Supportive,
embracing,
respectful.
sharing of information, and it was amazing.
Incredible.
So thanks.
Yes.
But anyway, Josh is here. So when I do these, I never do any kind of prep. We don't do any, this is what we're going to talk about. I mean, I always say, is there anything you don't want me to talk about? But I would never anyway. So it's just to be polite. So what I thought would be great is for the uninitiated at home, i.e. in the UK, if you gave us some, but basically, let's set it up. If people read my blog, they'll know who you are anyway, because you've been in lots of content on the blog and my boxes and things like that. So I am just interested in how you got to be where you are now and the passion that got you there.
Thank you. Honestly, I think when you try to create something, it's a process where you're inspired. And when you're inspired, that's what I built this on. It was, for me, honestly, the only time that I started working on my products many, many years ago was when I was inspired, because it didn't serve me to sort of effort my way into something that was, I don't think you can do that, honestly. So I just made a commitment that I would only work on my line when I was inspired, and it was something that it becomes over many years. And I think we're in an age where everybody wants to have something spectacular, you know, in 6 months, maybe 2 years. And I think you have to appreciate the moment. You have to appreciate and define success on your own terms, and you have to not be waiting to get somewhere. And so for me, it was really always about appreciating what made me fulfilled in the moment, which ultimately grew the brand. I was a success from the first time I sold my first batch.
Yeah. Which was when?
That was 2009.
Wow. So what I love is everyone I'm speaking to, the companies are so young. You're so young and dynamic, and you don't have any of that bullshit that sort of arrives when something doesn't come authentically, when it's done with shareholders in mind. You can see it a mile away.
Absolutely.
And none of that kind of gang that we had last night have that mentality.
No.
So by trade, you were a
hairstylist. Yep. So initially my obsession with skincare started in the 90s, and I was going to the body shop and using the products, the blue corn mask, the moisturizers, and at the time none of my friends were, and it was sort of my own special thing. And looking back, in retrospect, I saw it as me being able to express my feminine side that it wasn't allowed to be expressed at the time. And so in that, I was self-caring, and I felt like, you know, skincare was a huge part of me coming into myself. I didn't realize that, and of course a natural, you know, next step was going to school, studying skin and hair, and then, you know, being a professional in the beauty industry, which was just always exactly what I wanted to do. But I actually did start cutting and styling hair when I was 10 years old. And I think too, when it comes to like your purpose and finding yourself, you know, it's your talent that shows you who you are. And as a kid, when I realized I could make people look better,
Yeah.
I felt good. It made them feel good. They accepted me. And so then there was this natural momentum.
And that's still the best thing, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
Even
nothing that compares.
When I was talking to Steph, because Stephanie Nicole is also here, and we were saying how, you know, it's amazing the amount of sort of online abuse that's generated by you just simply trying to help people with their skin or their makeup or your hair, in Steph's case. When, you know, all it takes is one person per day, which I get way more, but so, you know, who just say, oh my God, you've helped me so much.
Right.
That's enough. That's it.
Done.
That's done.
Done. If you are fulfilled by helping people, you're in the right business, because as we know, we're constantly educating, we're constantly learning, and the only way we do this is by helping people. And I think that's the new era of beauty, and part of what we're really working to change is helping people in a way where they are becoming aware of their beauty in their terms, and respecting what their personal beauty is and their expression, and connecting them to themselves, because we all want to support our skin health and look and glow and look beautiful, but it's the feeling that emanates first. And I think that looking back, when I was sharing the products that I was making with my clients, and then collecting the data and finding out what worked for these people and what didn't work for this person. I knew their stress levels, their diets, I knew where they worked, I know how well they ate, everything about them, so I could sort of compile all of that, because it really was about that as well, because it's not just always going to be topically what you're applying to the skin is going to fix it like we wish it was, but that's the old way of looking at it. And it's really about, yes, these topical applications will absolutely help support our skin health and clear it, but it's not necessarily going to fix it. And so it's a deeper thing, and then that has to do with who we are and our self-esteem, and so much more than that.
And so much of people's self-esteem is caught up in how they look, which is appropriate to a degree, but it's made so much worse when people have problem skin.
Yeah.
You know, when I always say, when I used to do more facials, and I would have regular clients who would come in and they would cry with the release of just having someone listen to them and say, I completely get you, like your concerns are totally founded in the reality, because you do have acne.
Right.
And one woman just, sort of 20-ish, burst into tears, and she said it's the first time anyone has ever said to me, acknowledged the acne that I know I have. She said doctors would just say, oh, it'll get better, it's a skin thing,
Right.
And it's sort of demoralizing. So to sort of help people at the most basic skin function, and just it immediately lifts everything. It makes you feel better in yourself.
Makes it all worth it.
Completely.
It's amazing.
So what came first, hair or skincare?
Skin. And the reason why is, obviously at the time I was a young hairstylist, building my clientele, working in LA, and at the time I wasn't making a lot of money. And so I was going to Whole Foods, looking at the products. I was obviously naturally inclined. I understood how natural ingredients worked with the skin, and I was looking at the volumes and the prices, and I was thinking to myself, I can make this. And so then that's when I couldn't afford to buy a $40 serum. That was way too much. And so preparing my own at home and then getting even better results made me think, and then I investigate and researched, and then I threw myself into herbal studies and understanding that how herbs are the concentrated actives in the products that really help the skin regenerate when it comes to natural skincare. And that was the difference that I wasn't seeing. But then this was a 5-year-long process where I was educating my clients, seeing what I was using on them, getting the feedback, and then fulfilled by guiding them, telling them, that moisturizer really doesn't have quality ingredients. You're better off using a little bit of this, natural nut or seed oil that would benefit. And then that's where I was like, I found my calling. This is what I'm supposed to do. So,
amazing.
and it really didn't have to do with like my product line selling in the world. That became an expression of finding a place.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thanks.
So
Products.
So you have 2 of my holy grail products. I did make Josh bring them, and I don't think he's going to be able to leave the room still in charge of them. So talk to me about, because I love this. Here's the thing, this goes against the norm. I always talk about American brands, and we mentioned it last night at dinner. There was a certain brand that had brought something out, and I call it, it's like an American breakfast buffet. They throw everything at it.
In the kitchen sink.
Everything at it, hoping something will stick, but also they do it so they can make the claim on the box.
Exactly.
It contains this, 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 and this, and this. The fact that it's in there, like this percentage,
Right,
doesn't
they
make a
don't care
difference.
that it's actually benefiting the
That
skin.
it's actually of any benefit.
They just want your money.
No, I've always spoken about the inky list of this is eye-watering, but from a way of, I look at it and I go, excuse the French, I go, Jesus Christ, that must have cost him a fortune to make.
Yeah.
Because I know formulas and I know NPD and the ingredients list on this, which I made for fun, just link below, and you can see how much space it takes out. Talk me through how this came about. This, by the way, is Hydrating Accelerator Moisturizing Facial Mist. It is easily, I mean, it's heaven in a bottle.
Thank you.
I'm not overselling, by the way. I'm kind of
know.
trying to be restrained with my love for this. I don't go anywhere without it. There's one on my desk, there's one on my bedside, there's one in the car, and there's one on every airplane trip.
Oh my God.
So tell me.
Okay, so
Tell them.
Thank you. The Hydrating Accelerator. This, first of all, let me start with a little bit about the ingredients list since you were talking about it. And it obviously has a large list of herbs. And this is not herbs thrown in there to just be able to market them singularly. And I think what we're talking about when we're talking about these brands that make sure that they're just throwing every active they can get in the bottle on there, but not really understanding always why. You have to pick your lane and you have to stay in it. When it comes to herbs, these are all specific synergistic designed herbs to work in synergy. And when I talk about this, it can start to sound, you know, like you might not understand it. But first of all, the Hydrating Accelerator, vitamin infused aloe water. So the herbal vitamins that are infused into the aloe water, they work like a penetration enhancer. They work like alcohol would in a product. You have to have a delivery system in a product in order for it to be effective. And why does everybody feel like the Hydrating Accelerator is so effective? Is because those herbal vitamins work to reduce skin surface tension and then allow the aloe water to go deep within the skin and thereby carry the herbal actives with it as well. So you're getting vitamins, minerals, fatty acids, antioxidants, all the good stuff. You're not getting this in, you're getting it in through the synergized collection of herbs. And what that means is that all herbs have a constituent profile. And the way these are chosen to go in there is they support each other's strengths so that then it works exponentially on the skin. The only way that does work really well is if the product is really pure. And so being completely organic, it has that opportunity to not be inhibited by anything else that might take away from that natural sort of powerful communication between herbs to support the skin, which is natural as well, and then it can really do its best work. Kind of complicated.
Well, no, I mean, so in layman's terms, I would say if you spray, if you have an Evian bottle, a mister, and you spray it on your skin, it drips down your skin because there's nothing on the skin to help it penetrate.
Right.
When you spray this, it goes into the face like it's a serum.
Right.
You don't come away, you know, you can, I can be on an airplane or in the car doing anything. You do that, you can, it feels like it's just totally relieved, never mind the smell. Ugh. It's totally relieved stress and tension, and it kind of clears your head. I mean, it's a genius product, but it is the fact that it's called also good name, Hydrating Accelerator, has kind of put the name on the bottle of what it does. Yeah. You know, if you were going to spray a normal bottle of water, as it were, that's why when I always see people doing it on airplanes, I want to go over and go, don't do that.
It doesn't do it.
You're going to dehydrate yourself.
Yeah. Well, people don't understand, you know, how the difference between hydration and moisturizing. You can't properly hydrate without effectively moisturizing. Or, you know, they work hand in hand. And if you have to get the water in the skin first in order to truly be able to moisturize effectively. If you're trying to moisturize your skin and you're dehydrated, nothing happens.
Yeah.
And water can be very dehydrating if it's not used properly. And that's one of the things about this product too, is that when I brought it to the market, I had my approach to layering. And this is what I'd worked with for many years and saw this is how you have to, you can't just throw natural ingredients in a bottle and expect them to work on the skin. You have to have a delivery system. Yeah. There has to be a structure.
Which is where a lot of natural brands go.
They fall short.
Yeah, because they just think it's, oh, I have this great organic ingredient, but if and I always say formula is king.
Yes.
You can have 10 amazing amazing ingredients, but if the formula, once it's put together, isn't cohesive, it's not going to do anything.
Exactly, and I think in the natural market, which has grown so much over the past few years, I don't think people have a really deep respect for the chemistry and the formulating and the amount of true precision and magic it takes to do it really well. It takes so much knowledge and information, and I think it's something that needs to be talked about more, because as you say, it's not just about, you know, you can look at an ingredient list and you can see they have green tea, they have lavender, rosemary extract, all of these really nice potent extracts. You have to understand the sources, you have to understand how it was extracted, how did you get the constituents
We have
out.
to touch on that, because that was a big topic of conversation last night at dinner.
Oh yeah?
The cost of raw goods and where you source your raw goods.
Right.
So it is easy to go out there and find a really cheap single ingredient, I don't know, argan oil or any kind of, you know, a singular ingredient sourced really cheaply. But that cheapness, and I say cheap because affordability is one thing. I'll say certain brands are affordable, but cheap to me has a different connotation altogether.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know the source, you don't know that the argan oil, for example, that you're putting on your skin is pure. Because when we were at the table last night, there was you, there was May, there was January, and there was Jordan in terms of brands. And you'll see all this as the weeks go on. But all of you were talking about the high cost of raw ingredients, because you are unequivocally going after the best source. It has to be ethical, and if you know, fair trade, all this sort of stuff, and that does not come cheaply.
No, it does not. It's extremely expensive. And if you break this down and I take out, say, one of these herbs, if I told you the cost difference that it makes the product, it's unbelievable, because you don't, like, if you're sourcing oils and you're getting a cheap oil, and even if they say it's organic, you still have to take those and you have to test the oil for its purity. And if you aren't doing that, you don't know what you're selling.
You don't know where it's come
and
from.
It's really dangerous, and you're also, you know, passing something off, you know, many times you know, in a false way, and it's not
what it says it is.
It's not ethical, And I think people don't understand the lengths that we go to source the purest ingredients. It is a full-time job, and also suppliers change, and people stop growing certain things.
And the weather.
Right, and with several of my products, the ones especially that I'm launching this year, we're using mostly California grown herbs, all locally. And it's really exciting to be able to do that, but that's also a way to control what is going in the bottle. So it's important because you support the local economy, but then you also have complete control on what goes into your bottle and what you're selling your customers.
And the promise you're making to your customer.
And the promise that you're selling to them and sharing with them.
Totally.
And I think that if you don't have that, if it wasn't for the level of purity, I wouldn't be doing this, because I have no interest in making products that don't have value and worth. Because I think that if you just want to make money, there's a lot of other ways to do it without leading people to believe something is of value and then taking their money. It's, you know, I think it can be really unethical in
I think
this
the word
business.
you're looking for is integrity.
Integrity, absolutely.
And you all have that in spades, which is why I'm thrilled that you all agreed to talk to me and have dinner. Now, talk to me about my other, because the other is I can't even, the thought of not being able to deal and not being able to get my hands on Vital Balm Cream sends me into a bit of a stress situation, I'm not going to lie.
Vital Balm Cream.
Oh God! And I remember the first time you gave it to me, and you had like a
little sample.
You had a little sample, and you said, "Tell me what you think of this." And we were in this hotel, and you gave me like a teeny pot. And I think before you'd even got out of the hotel, I was like, "Oh my God, Josh!" Because it's just one of those things where you smell it, you think, "Check," put it on your hand, and you go, "Oh my Lord above."
Right. And what about it makes it so special?
It's like crack.
Right. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't know, but I'm just. So tell us. How it happened.
Okay, so this was obviously a vision of mine. This was a vision of mine for a long time. Moisturizing is so important, but I always find creams to be not occlusive-like enough. I find that the modern day, even the conventional and even a lot of the natural creams and moisturizers that come out, we've been trained for everything just to absorb lightning quick.
Yeah.
And that is
Synthetic
great.
pushers.
Yes, and then that gives the consumer this feeling of this, wow, it's amazing.
It must be working.
Wow, it goes right in. And that's fine if you're using your active damage repair sort of serum
type thing,
that needs to get into your skin. But when it comes to a moisturizer, people have been trained that moisturizers have to absorb instantly. You don't want to feel anything on the skin. You don't want anything to show on the skin. But it couldn't be further from the truth. In order to reinforce the acid mantle and create a moisture barrier, you have to feel a bit of moisturizer on your skin. I always felt that creams absorbed too fast, it didn't moisturize enough, and I felt that conventional natural balms, which I love and I'm a huge fan of, I felt as though they didn't have the absorptive qualities enough to really be modern for me.
Too heavy.
Right, they ruined my clothes and they didn't
stick to your pillowcase.
Exactly. And so ultimately this is a manifestation of wanting to create the benefits of a balm and the absorptive ability of a cream into one. And I think I don't think people think about products and the formulas, and I don't think people think about the market and what is needed. So I'm not interested in creating another product that the market doesn't need. It's about finding and creating the products that are needed, that people want. There's so much of we don't need another facial oil. We don't need another body oil, or, you know, there's so many overdone products. And I think that this is how we really give our customers something of value, is by creating something. And I think that's what small, independent brands do best. Is, you know, and it comes from a vision, because that's how the whole thing started in the first place. It comes
and you're not answering shareholders.
And we're not answering
your
anybody.
customers' needs.
Yeah, and that on that business level, when you are able to grow a company and to keep it going in a successful manner for years and still be able to keep that integrity, there's nothing better, because it's just incredible. And that's why you started it. That's why I started to do what I do. And with the Vital Balm Cream, one of the key ingredients is botanical hyaluronic acid, and that is extracted from the Indian senna seed, which is Cassia angustifolia. And that is a very powerful seed that's really high in polysaccharides, and it's a botanical mimic to hyaluronic acid in the body and man-made hyaluronic acid, and it's phenomenal. And it obviously does everything that hyaluronic acid does, and its ability to lock moisture into the cell and plump up your skin. And you see it work immediately. You see it. I have, there's not a lot of shea butter in this product, and there's mango butter, and then there's other oils, and then it's also got the same synergistic herbal design in it, the formula that is able to deliver all of the other nutrient-dense actives as well, vitamins and minerals and so forth. So
it's amazing.
Thank you. I'm glad you like it.
Oh God, I don't just like it, I'm obsessed.
Well, I think one of the things about it is that it has a very smooth absorptive ability, and it doesn't have sticky emulsifiers or the typical ones that really kind of create shine or that can cause you to trap in heat in the body, you know, the moisturizers that make you sweat. So it doesn't have those, because there's not any additives. It's pure natural ingredients, and it really has a high success rate for obviously dry, dehydrated, and sensitive, but then also people who are experiencing acne and then combination dryness. And that's a really tricky condition to try and help. So, and because botanical hyaluronic acid from Indian senna seed it's proven to treat acne. So I think that's where you get the help, but it's not always about singling out the fact that there is shea butter in it and that it's not going to work for your skin. It's, you know, it's really individual. So
formula is king.
Formula, it's the formula, it's the blend. I can't get into the percentage of things. I don't want to give away my tricks, but
why would you?
Right.
It's Coca-Cola.
Thank you.
Big Mac sauce. slightly better for you than a Big Mac sauce and Coca-Cola, but those were
Just a
my
little.
choices. So what else is coming up? What's happening this year? So in the UK, you're already on sale in the UK.
Absolutely.
And then Europe-wide at some point, maybe?
Yeah, I'm all over in Europe now. So
Good.
Italy, Germany, Denmark, Netherlands, France. So
Nice.
all over with a few online retailers, and it's growing really well. I'm so excited about growing in Europe even more.
And
so.
newness? Any newness you can give us hints at?
Okay, so here's a hint. A lot of people already know about it.
I like hints though, don't give away the whole thing.
Okay,
because
so
when you're back in the UK, I'll get you again.
Okay, so it's an oil-free, essential oil-free hydration boosting product. So it's meant to be used right after the Hydrating Accelerator. So it's basically like an advanced Hydrating Accelerator in a serum form. Is that too much? That was giving it away, but...
Well, at least you haven't told them the name.
Right, I haven't said the name, but it's a really incredible product that really does help lock in your hydration and boost it to the next level. And I am using the botanical hyaluronic acid in it as well, with a few other really great key ingredients. And what's, well, I'm not going to talk about that, so cut that. I just want to talk about herbs. But I know they can start to get boring for people.
I don't think so.
Okay, so
I'll-
what else is newness?
So what else is newness?
My
That you can talk about.
I'm relaunching the look of my whole hair care collection. It's all new, coming in September.
Nice.
It's beautiful, and I will be adding a new treatment shampoo. So that addresses scalp and follicle health. So it's an awesome formula, and it's really beautiful. It's got a huge plant charge to it. It's incredible for helping heal scalp conditions and protecting the scalp and stimulating the follicle. It's amazing. So I'm really excited about that shampoo.
And out of other brands that are out there, what are some of your favourite products that you use more for like body and life and day to day or anything like that?
Besides my line, what do I
your line.
use?
Yeah. Any other like faves?
Faves. I love a brand called Max and Me. Have you heard of it?
No.
Okay, so it's this beautiful couple in Austria, and they are the line was inspired by their love for each other, and they're just the kindest people you'll ever have meet in your whole entire life, and they source the most incredible ingredients.
Where'd you get it?
And you can get it, I'm not sure.
Well, that's not helpful, Josh.
Right. I know you can get it in the States at Beauty Heroes,
Okay.
beautyheroes.com.
Okay. I'll find it.
But it's incredible. So why I love the brand so much is not only their intricate sourcing and ability to use the purest ingredients, which deliver to the skin. I think when we talk about purity, it's not just to have a pure product. Pure ingredients carry a higher nutrient density because of the soil they're grown in and how they're produced and how they're cared for and all of that. So anyway, what are they? She has the most but her name is Tanya, and they have the most beautiful products, and she has this cleansing cocoa clay mask. So
I'll
anything
be needing
that,
something like that.
Right? So she's incredible. I love their line. I have so much respect for them because they're good people, and I think that
carries everything.
When when you're in this business and you work with so many, you meet and see so many founders, you see people doing this for the right reasons. You feel it instantly.
Yeah, you can spot it a mile away.
Right.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Sarah of Azmi Organics. She's based out of Colorado. She's incredible, and all of her formulations. She's a doctor, and she built her company out of passion for soap making, and then started making oils and balms and lotions, and she did it out of passion and truth for what she was seeing as an MD. And so she's an incredible person as well. I love May Lindstrom's products, of course. She is so much integrity, and it's so inspiring to me. And Jordan Samuel as well. I love what he's doing. And January Labs, she does something that is so unique. It's unique in the market, and there's integrity in it because she cares about what she's producing.
Yeah, she does.
I also love RMS.
Nice.
Rosemary Swift is a firecracker and just a passion fighter for truth. She's an amazing. You'd get on with her if you have you met.
No, we've never met.
You'd
I've
love
used
her.
the product.
You'd love
Yeah,
her.
everyone says that.
Yeah. Do they?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
really. Oh, thank you so much, Josh,
sure.
for taking time out of your day. I know it's like, I don't know what day is it. What is it? Tuesday or Wednesday?
Thursday.
No, it's not.
Tuesday.
It's what?
Tuesday.
It's not Thursday. Did you say it was Thursday?
Yeah.
You're worse than me and you live here. You don't
I'm
even have an
joking.
excuse. Oh, don't. Thank you for all your time and coming for dinner last night and
was
for
amazing.
making gorgeous products.
Thank you.
And I wish you so much continued success.
Thank you so much.
Oh, well done. Oh, and thanks guys for watching. We get
Thank you
carried away.
guys. Appreciate your support.
Bye.